Hello and welcome to the Talking It Up show, Real Talk by Real People on Real Issue. I am your host, Arlene Edwards, and today's real issue is a fit family. Yeah, that's right, a fit family. We have great guests today that's going to talk about their journeys and solutions all throughout. First, we'll have Carolyn Bird, and she is a distributor of Juice Plus for NSA. We have Carol Williams, Lincoln Wellness in Lincoln, Georgia, and we can't forget Dr. Dan with the Power of Wellness. And to sum it all up for us, Jordan Sherman with our Life Coaching Minute, How to Be a Fit Family. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.
Were you hurt on the job? Are you trying to keep your work comp payments? Do you feel like no one is listening? Your employer, the company doctor, the insurance company? Well, we're listening. Our workers' compensation team has helped hundreds of injured South Carolinians. Call us now and let us listen to you. For a free consultation, call 803-644-5335 or visit thechandlerlawfirm.com.
You can count on Chandler.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
We are back, and I'm excited to welcome to the Talking It Up show Carolyn Bird. Live long and lean. Did I get it right?
Yes.
Welcome, and I really appreciate you taking the time to be with us. You have a phenomenal testimony and a even more phenomenal, or if there's such a word, journey, because I saw your before and after pictures. What started you on your journey and why?
I was diagnosed with breast cancer 5 years ago. I'm celebrating my 5 years this month. And I'm also a nurse, been a nurse for 32 years.
Wow.
And after I got diagnosed with the breast cancer, I was just trying to figure out how can I not get this again?
Yeah.
So I just started doing a lot of research and realized that most of the disease was caused by nutrition.
Wow.
And so I just continue to decide to change my diet.
Wow.
And start putting more whole foods, which mean foods in their natural state.
And you know, oftentimes when we think of foods in its natural state, we're not thinking of it coming out of a garden. We're focusing on it coming out of a can, or it's coming out of a box,
Yes.
or it's coming out of the microwave. And that's the generation that we have now. And we're seeing more and more cases of persons that have been diagnosed with cancer.
Yes.
So when you got the diagnosis, what was going through your mind at that time?
When you get a diagnosis of what we call the C word,
The C word, yeah.
you have a lot of emotions. You don't
Yeah.
hear anything, and you think of death. Death
Yeah.
stares you in your face when you're diagnosed with cancer.
Immediately. It's all of this is playing in your head.
A lot of anxiety. You don't hear anything else the doctors have to say
Yeah.
once you hear that word.
Wow. I'm going to ask you this question because I think that the viewers at home might be thinking this. You're being a nurse, and now you're getting ready to go into the journey of being a patient. How was that for you?
It was very difficult because I was so used to being a caregiver.
Yeah.
And so now I had to become the patient, which is very difficult to do when you're used to taking care of everybody else and now somebody has to take care of you.
Wow. And the beauty about your situation is you have a strong support system with your husband and your family.
Yes.
Because more often than not, when that person has a diagnosis, you find yourself that you're on that journey by yourself.
Yes.
And they can't be a support to you because they can't understand it because you've
Right.
always been that caregiver.
That's right.
So, you know, kudos to Mr. Bird for being a strong support for
Yes.
you. And I saw your before and after pictures. Size 14?
Size 14.
I didn't recognize you. When you
Yes.
sent the picture, I wanted to email you back, Carolyn, I'm asking for your before picture. Not only were you a size 14, and I hate to say this,
Yeah.
but I just need to be real matter of fact, it made you look a whole lot older.
Yes, yes, I looked a lot older. And so it just tells you that when you put whole foods, fruits and vegetables in their natural state
Right.
in your body, it heals your body, not just heals your body, but it does make you younger. I mean, make you look younger because it decreases
your
the
phone-
oxidative
Your phone's
stress.
gonna blow up when you said weight loss, make you look younger. You know, you don't have to have the going to the knife and all of that.
Yes.
And I think a lot of people need to realize that.
Yes.
And your journey with what you put in place is affordable for a fit family.
Yes, yes. And what I decided to do, I was also suffering from several side effects of chemotherapy, including
Wow.
problems with my rotator cuff.
Yes.
I had arthritis really bad in my spine where I had a 20-pound weight restriction.
Oh my God.
I had also plantar fasciitis. And so once I started my journey and took the processed foods out of my body and put in the whole foods, fruits and vegetables in their natural state, I actually, those disease processes went away. The arthritis
Wow.
went away. I no longer have a 20-pound weight restriction.
Are you serious?
My spine healed itself, and the physicians wanted to do surgery, and I would not allow them to do that.
Wow.
So putting the whole foods, fruits and vegetables, in my body, and staying away from meats, which are acidic, and staying with more alkaline fruits
Yeah.
and vegetables,
Yeah.
I was able to heal my body. So it does work.
Wow.
I am a living testimony that if you put the good stuff in, you'll get good stuff
And
out.
you see the results because what we put in comes on the
Yes.
outside and it comes through the largest organ, which is our skin.
Yes.
I want to thank you because at another broadcast, we're going to be doing Kids Talking It Up. And there's this little girl that had dermatitis or eczema, and you put her on a wellness program. And when I
Yes.
saw her, I was like, oh my God, her skin looked like a brand new lady.
Yes.
So let's
Yes.
talk about that when we
Okay.
come back. We're going to go to a break, and we'll be right back after the break. We're sitting in the studio and we're talking to Carolyn Bird, and we're talking about a fit family, and you have to hear more of this. Don't go anywhere, and I'm going to continue to talk to Carolyn. Be right back after this.
Fly Augusta Regional Airport. It's good for the community.
Before I fly, I always check flyags.com.
Fly local, fly global.
It's my hometown airport with worldwide jet service.
Easy in, easy out.
Lower fares.
Better reliability.
Fast, friendly, secure.
Every time you fly out of Augusta Regional Airport, you're supporting our community.
Augusta Regional Airport. Fly there, fly home.
Body language can tell you all sorts of things. Like someone is having a stroke. Know the sudden signs. Learn fast. Face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty. Time to call 911 and get them to a hospital immediately. Learn the body language and spot a stroke fast.
We are back, and I'm having a great conversation with Carolyn Bird. We were talking about a fit family, talking about your journey. We
Yes.
also mentioned about the 4-year-old that you assisted with developing a wellness program for her, all with the same wellness program for the most part with her eczema and dermatitis.
Yes.
And she's going to be on the show with me, Kids Talking It Up.
Wow.
Yeah,
Great.
so we'll get a chance to see her. But tell us about the product and why did you start the company?
Okay. I started the company because once I made the transformation, I had lost the weight and healed my body, I wanted to be able to tell other, especially cancer survivors, to give them hope.
Yeah.
That cancer does not have to be a death sentence.
Right.
And so I started a company called Live Long and Lean. Lean stands for lifestyle, exercise, attitude, and nutrition.
You go, girl.
So it takes all of that
It does.
in order for
It does.
us to heal our bodies. Because I put the right food in, but I made sure I had the proper exercise
Right.
and the proper rest.
Right.
And those three together is what has allowed me to make this transformation. I feel great, and
You
I want
look
other
great.
people, thank you, to feel the same way.
Yes.
And so with the young lady who the 4-year-old. We were able to develop Alyssa Quilla.
Yes.
We were able to start a program with her where we would start putting more fruits and vegetables in her body in the natural state. So she was taking in more raw fruits and vegetables.
Yeah.
And of course, what happened, it nourished her body down to the cellular level where healing takes place.
And you could see the results, and her self-esteem went through the roof.
Yes, absolutely.
I interviewed 10 of those students from the Josephine Jumpstart Preschool on the radio broadcast, and I had them all in the studio. And I just gravitated to her because I had that same diagnosis at her age. And she sat on my lap, and you know, when it was time for her to speak, she spoke into the microphone, and she did her reciting. And at that time, you could see evidence of the problems with her skin. Then she had come for a festival, Shout Fest, and I asked her to come. And when I said, "Oh my God, look at you!" and she stood on that big stage with the microphone with such confidence. So I'm going to point her out to the viewing audience when we do the Kids Talking It Up.
Okay.
But I'm asking you, I met a family the other day after the broadcast, and it's 10 sisters and nieces and aunts, and all 10 have breast cancer.
Wow.
And we're going to take this family on a journey to live
long and lean.
Long and lean. And be a fit family. And we're going to chronicle this. You're going to be their wellness consultant. And at the end of their journey, our executive producer, Nita Barnes, is going to help do a complete makeover.
Wow.
Oh, I'm feeling that.
Awesome.
I'm excited about it.
That is exciting.
Carolyn, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Let the listening viewing audience know right quick about the product, and we're going to have the information where they can get in touch with you. And the next time you come, please bring us some.
Oh, I sure will.
Awesome, awesome. Carolyn, thank you so much. We're going to go to the next portion of the broadcast, and we're asking you not to go anywhere. Jordan's going to sum up everything about how to be a fit family. We're going to talk to Carol Williams of Lincoln Wellness, and she's going to talk about that journey. And of course, Dr. Dan, he's the man. So we'll be right back.
Heart disease affects 1 in every 3 women in America, but you can fight back. There's no time to lose. Mothers, sisters, daughters, families, and friends, it's time to shout louder, stand stronger, and demand change.
Let's go!
To the Batmobile. Dang it.
To the invisible jet.
Dang it.
Together, we can put an end to heart disease. It's time to go red for women.
I could use your help.
Yeah!
Learn more from the American Heart Association at www.goredforwomen.org.
The Aiken Standard has served advertisers' needs in the CSRA for more than 100 years. In the new multimedia world, we offer a host of services with that same level of dedication to generating business for our clients. Everything from broadcast commercials, corporate events, and training videos, or even if you want your event streamed live across the world using our mobile, state-of-the-art production studio. Our staff has the skills and experience to take your project from concept to completion. Call us at 803-648-2311.
We are back, and I'm excited to have my BFF. She's the owner-operator of Lincoln Wellness in Lincolnton, Georgia, Carol Williams. Carol, hello and welcome.
Hello. I'm glad to be here.
I have to just take a minute, and every time I see you, you look different. You look like a teenager.
Ooh, I'm glad.
But today we're
heard that.
But every time I see you, I tell you that because there's a transformation, and it's over a process of time.
Yes, it is.
Because when you find something that works, you add it to your wellness plan. We're talking about a fit family today. And all too often, as a wellness consultant, wellness coach, people are not mindful of the services that are available through you until something's broken.
Right.
So a fit family, first time talking to anybody, and they want to be on the right track. How do you get them started?
I ask them a few questions. And kind of look at their teachability index, whether they're really ready to change. You know, people say, I want to change, but I say, you know, okay, you got to drink some water. I don't like water, so, you know.
They've already hit a roadblock.
Yeah, so that's their teachability index, and I go from there. I, you know, try to talk to them and tell them that prevention is the way to go.
It is.
And they have to train their children, because children do what mom and dad do.
But you know, in saying that, with today's real issue being a fit family, that's key in what you're saying. They have to train their children. I think all too often in today's time, parents ask and get opinions of the children. Well, what do you want to eat tonight? What do you want to eat tonight? What do you want to eat tonight?
Did you?
Then that would be a negative. and still, in my raising my children, that wasn't an option. When I prepared a meal, I knew what was best for the family. Right. So in today's dispensation, we're talking about the individual client being teachable. How do they bring that back to their family?
How do they bring that back? They have to study on it a little bit. They have to decide what they want to do.
Right.
And then make changes in themselves.
Right.
And get some information. Come see me.
Of course.
Read some books.
Of course.
You know, and learn a better lifestyle. Not much, you know. It all starts with food.
Exactly.
Food and water.
And we're talking about food.
We're talking about real food.
Exactly.
Not the fast foods, not the restaurants.
Right.
Doesn't mean you can't ever have that again.
Right.
But, you know, that needs to be a last resort.
Exactly.
You need to really think about preparing food. You need to think about dinners.
Exactly.
You know, not just a spur of the moment thing, okay, here we got to do, you know, got to have this. Now, sometimes that happens, but most times it needs to be planned.
But, you know, in saying that, it's easy to plan because you can get fruit, you can dice it up, you can cut it up, you can make a nice fruit salad, you can make a nice salad. My youngest, she loved chicken salad. And she would say, she said, I want tuna. Not tuna fish. So I couldn't tell whether she thought the chicken salad was tuna or tuna fish, but I knew that whatever she was asking for, it was the opposite one. And I would go to the Whole Food Market and I would get the chicken breast and I would make the chicken salad for her. Right. So if she had anything else other than what she was accustomed to, she'd say, I don't like it. I don't want to eat it. Is it difficult in today's time to be able to do the things that we've done in raising our children?
It's not really difficult, but it takes a lot of preparation.
Right.
Because, you know, you're not just going very quickly and, you know, doing something. You have to prepare for it. But there's Whole Foods, there's, you know, all kinds of holistic grocery stores now, or even the regular grocery stores have a holistic or organic, you know, and you eat as much organic as you can, not, you know, try not to have processed. Go to the outside aisles of the grocery store.
And you're talking about the outside perimeters.
I'm talking fresh.
Exactly.
Fresh.
Exactly. And we stay away from those. You know, when we go in, we look at cookies, crackers, cereal, chips, and those are the ones that are in the inside aisle. I want to do this. And not because you're asking me to do it. You know, you're my wellness consultant. You got me started on the glutathione, and if you want to know what glutathione is, call this number right now, 706-359-7516.
Yes.
Got it. That's Carol Williams, Lincoln Wellness. We need to have you come back, and we're going to lay some things out, and we're going to go step by step and see if we can find someone to do a makeover.
Okay.
You like to do that?
Yes, I would love to.
Let's rock and roll. Let's rock and roll. Carol, thank you so much.
Thank you.
For being with us. We're getting ready to get out of here and go on to the next portion of the Talking It Up show. Don't go anywhere today. We're talking about a fit family. You don't want to miss anything.
Were you hurt on the job? Are you trying to keep your work comp payments? Do you feel like no one is listening? Your employer, the company doctor, the insurance company? Well, we're listening. Our workers' compensation team has helped hundreds of injured South Carolinians. Call us now and let us listen to you. For a free consultation, call 803-644-5335 or visit thechandlerlawfirm.com.
You can count on Chandler.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
And we are back, and I'm excited to have in the studio with me today Dr. Dan Julick. Did I get it right?
Yes, thank you.
Aiken Chiropractic, and it is the office is located 425 Lawrence Street in Aiken, South Carolina. Dr. Dan, welcome.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
I'm so glad you can be with us today. We're talking about a fit family.
Yes.
And the service that you provide, we often don't think about in the whole scheme of fitness and for our family, but it's chiropractic care. How can that service that you provide fit into the scheme of a fit family?
Well, it's a very good part of the wellness concept. Chiropractic really, what it does, it tries to fix the problem and not just basically treat the symptoms.
Exactly.
So we try to find the underlying cause of most of the problems that people have. A lot of people know chiropractors help with headaches or neck pain, back pain.
Right.
But it really has to do with the nervous system. It really has to do with your spine usually, because the nerves go through that and they're supported by the spine. And, we like to see what's wrong and see if we can fix it. And that's really what it fits in. So, wellness really, and all chiropractors like doing wellness. Once the problem is fixed, the spine should be maintained once in a while.
Exactly.
And that's how you really stay well. I mean, do you really wait to get sick before you go to any kind of doctor, including chiropractor? If a person does that, that's really not healthcare. That's more like sick care.
That's exactly right.
As opposed to, going occasionally and maintaining your spine once it's fixed, which does require a little bit of maintenance once in a while. I mean, anything in life requires some maintenance, and so does the spine. And, doing little things along the way really prevents big problems from coming up. And that's really well it fits in.
That's exactly right. And you said about sick care. We have been trained, we become acclimated to only going to the doctor when something is broken, as opposed to the preventative. But speaking for a family, how young can someone be before they get their first adjustment?
Honestly, they can be literally babies.
Really?
That has happened. I have seen little infants myself that sometimes patients will bring in. Yep, absolutely. They could have things like colic, and maybe the spine is the culprit. Maybe the adjustment that we perform on infants is obviously different than with the adults. It's a lot gentler. We don't need x-rays and things of that nature. It's pretty easy to find out. Baby spine is just very small and very easy to palpate and figure out what's wrong. So, it's an easy adjustment, and they can actually stop, let's say, colic from happening. I had little 2-year-olds that had, problems with bowing on the legs and maybe some postural problems, and we were able to correct that. So that can be at any age, and, my currently oldest patient is 94.
Oh my
so
God.
he goes pretty much, as much as, basically as early as you like to benefit from it. I adjust both of my boys. They're 7 and 9 right now, and I've been doing it since they were about 2 or 3 years old.
And they sleep well.
They sleep well, and the reason why I do that, my wife has scoliosis. She was born with it. Sometimes people have that genetically, and I wanted to make sure that my kids don't get it. As the spine develops, if you can slightly realign it, it will not grow, too much crooked, and we can prevent it.
Phenomenal. That is phenomenal. Now, we're talking about a fit family, and sometimes there may be a chemical imbalance that causes people to overeat or what have you. Would a chiropractic adjustment assist with that chemical imbalance? It
could assist to it. Chiropractic is really to do with nervous system, but your nervous system controls every function, every cell in your body. So, it really does affect everything. So, absolutely, it's very often is the most common underlying cause of a lot of problems that people actually have. They don't even sometimes realize it's related to the nervous system, but it is.
Exactly. I had the pleasure of interviewing you on the radio broadcast, and I thank you for chiropractic care. I was introduced to it about 10 years ago, and I had a 17-year-old back problem resolved just like that. So Dr. Dan, Aiken Chiropractic, 425 Lawrence Street in Aiken, South Carolina. Thank you so much for being with us.
Glad to be here.
Go to another segment of the broadcast. Don't go anywhere. Today we're talking about a fit family. Thanks, Dr. Dan.
Body language can tell you all sorts of things. Like someone is having a stroke. Know the sudden signs. Learn fast. Face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty. Time to call 911 and get them to a hospital immediately. Learn the body language and spot a stroke fast.
Hey everybody! everybody.
Heart disease affects 1 in every 3 women in America, but you can fight back.
There's no time to lose.
Mothers, sisters, daughters, families, and friends, it's time to shout louder, stand stronger, and demand change.
Let's go.
To the Batmobile. Dang it.
To the invisible jet.
Dang it.
Together, we can put an end to heart disease. It's time to go red for women.
I could use your help.
Learn more from the American Heart Association at www.goredforwomen.org.
Talking it up. Talking it up.
Well, hello everybody. This is Jordan Sherman, and here we are again with your life coaching tip for the day. Today I want to talk about attitude. I want you to understand that this is the English vocabulary most important word. And I'm not making that stuff up, literally, that's voted on. And especially among the world's most successful people. If you were to take some comparative study and look at successful people across the board, young and old, what you'll realize is that the common thread is attitude. They've learned to develop and nail a positive attitude. I want to encourage you today to start working on your attitude. And here's how you can start. Ask yourself this fundamental question. Do I feel like the world is being good to me? If you can answer that question with a yes, you have a good attitude, the right kind of attitude to make for success. If you answer that question with a no, well, we got to work on your attitude a little bit. And if you hit somewhere in the middle and you don't know how to answer it, well, you're average or you're like most of us. We want to move to a place where we stop telling ourselves the world is the problem. No, it's our attitude that's going to move us through this world, regardless of the changes, to accomplish whatever it is we set our mind to. That's it today. See you the next time.
I want to thank you for being with us today. I want to thank my guest, Carolyn Byrd. Live lean and long. That's what I plan on doing. I also want to thank Carol Williams, Lincoln Wellness in Lincoln, Georgia, and of course, Power of Wellness with Dr. Dan Gillett. Aiken Chiropractic, 425 Lawrence Street. Why those numbers and addresses all in my head? I don't know. Also, we want to thank Jordan Sherman for our life coaching minute. Remember, the real issue today is that you can have a fit family. It's not that difficult. It's not that expensive. Thank you for joining us, and we will be right here next week talking it up. Real talk by real people on real issues.
Talking it up. 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 We are talking it up. We are talking it up. We are talking it up. We are.
So good to see you guys.
So, what's up? Oh, we finally bought a place. Holy cow.
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, at the end of the month, we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on...
Is it good?
Oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Here is my handle and here is my spout.
When I get all steamed up, then I shout.
Tip me over and pour me out. Oh.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Cheers.
Take time to be a dad today.